Hi guys, I'm Johnny from the PE Tutor. Thanks for taking your time to watch today's mini lesson. It's actually from a series that we've just finished putting together for all of our Level 2 BTEC Sport students. So if you are studying for that Unit 1 exam, or you're a teacher and you have your own students preparing for that exam, then please do subscribe to this channel, and you can use all of our mini lessons uploaded here on YouTube, or click on the link below. We've actually just finished putting together a free flashcard pack for all students and teachers alike to use to really help you prepare for that exam. Anyway, hope you enjoy the lesson and I'll see you again soon. So today we're going to look at interval training. This method of training requires a performer to alternate regularly between periods of high intensity work and rest. The performer or coach needs to consider carefully the duration of the work periods and rest periods and the intensity of work periods and rest periods. The easiest way to do this is through monitoring heart rate. Work periods should at least be within the 60 and 85% cardiovascular training threshold. In order to calculate this, the performer or coach needs to know their maximum heart rate, which we can arrive at through the sum 220 minus the performer's age. Using this number, the performer can then work out their 60 and 85% values and ensure that their high intensity work periods fall between this bracket. When considering the performer's rest periods, they need to take into account how hard they've just been working in the working period. Because if the performer is working at 100%, it doesn't make sense to just involve light recovery of a 50% jog. Realistically, they're going to be too tired to do anything, and if they're about to be repeating that period of work, it would best serve them to have complete rest, either sat down or walking slowly. Over time, however, altering the intensity of the rest period is a great way to incorporate progressive overload into this method of training. By gradually increasing the intensity of the rest periods, we're going to start to force the performer to recover quicker. But do this too soon, and we sacrifice the quality of performance in the high intensity work periods. Another consideration when planning interval training is the number of intervals that are going to be used. Here, the performer or coach can actually start to tailor this method of training to their sport. So, if they look at their competitive performance and they see that there's a pattern between number of high intensity work and low intensity work periods, they can start to mimic this in their training by altering how many intervals they put in. And it doesn't stop there. The performer or coach can also start to incorporate specialist-specific equipment into interval training. For example, a basketball player doesn't just have to do shuttle runs. They could complete these with a basketball, alternating hands just on the right, just on the left. They can make it as tailor-made as they possibly can. Which leads me into the first of many benefits of this method of training, which is it can be made to target a wide range of components of fitness. If the periods of work are above 85% of their maximum intensity, then we're starting to look at speed, anaerobic power, explosive strength. But if the periods of work are kept slightly lower in that 60 to 85% bracket, then we're starting to look at cardiovascular and muscular endurance. Also, by changing the context or the equipment in interval training, we could even target agility and reaction time as well. Due to the nature of interval training being very measured and predetermined, it means that we can incorporate progressive overload very easily into this method of training. The performer or coach should have times, distances, speeds, heart rates all recorded inside their session plan. And over time, they can gradually start to increase this by either upping the intensity or reducing the rest and make it harder and harder to make the performer get better and better. But despite all of these benefits, there are a few drawbacks. The first one being is that it requires extensive planning, especially if the performer or coach is going to be incorporating equipment to make it sport specific or to vary it to keep motivation high. Not all performers have access to specialist equipment such as parachutes, bungee ropes or agility ladders, making it difficult for them to vary their training sessions. As a result, constant cycles and repetitions of the same intervals of work and rest could lead to tedium, which could cause motivation to drop. So, to summarise interval training, it involves a performer alternating between periods of work and periods of rest. These are predetermined both in duration and intensity. But by altering both of these, as well as the amount of intervals, as well as the equipment involved, it's very easy for a performer or coach to tailor-make interval training to their sport. This enables a wide range of components of fitness to be targeted and for the sessions to be tweaked to progressively overload the performer and make them improve. To achieve this, however, it's likely specialist equipment will be required to keep that variation, to keep that motivation, and to avoid a performer becoming bored with this method of training. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this mini lesson useful. If you did, then subscribe to our YouTube channel and you can be kept up to date with all of our new video and content which we're going to premiere. Alternatively, if you want to know more about the private tuition and teaching and learning resources that we provide, then visit us at thepetutor.com, and I hope to